East of Asia, as far east as you can go, is a land the ancients called Nippon, the origin of the sun. It's a land of enigmas and secrets. An ancient world whose progressive ideas shape all our tomorrows. A land of dramatic contrasts, encircled by the sea, cut off from the ordinary. This unique world is ruled by the seasons. Through the lives of ordinary people, we uncover the secrets of this remarkable nation. Through their eyes, we reveal the soul of Japan. Of Japan's people live in coastal areas. As the population has grown, so have the cities. Tokyo, including the mightiest of them all, Mount Fuji. The gateway between earth and heaven. Dependent on this fickle and often violent nature, the Japanese have developed a unique relationship with the seasons, whose guidance they follow and whose rhythms they respect. Each season has its own symbolic meaning, marking the different stages of life. Spring is the beginning, a time of renewal and rebirth. 500 kilometers west of Tokyo is the ancient city of Kyoto. Until 1868, Kyoto was the capital of Japan and is still considered Japan's cultural heart. Kyoto is also the only place in the world where you can find the most mysterious and enigmatic of professions, the geisha. Contrary to Western notions, the geisha are artists skilled in traditional instruments, singing, and dancing. Skills that take years, even decades of unstinting dedication. The geisha's traditional arts are performed behind closed doors. Entry is strictly by personal invitation. In the Miyagawa-cho Geisha district of Kyoto, 17-year-old Mary is learning all about the rites and rituals of this hidden world. Mary was taken on 2 weeks ago by the Komaya Tea House. Her training will last 5 years. Mary has wanted to be a geisha since she was 14 years old and has been trying to become a trainee for the last 2 years.
舞妓さんになりたいって思った
The reason I want to become a geisha is because it was my mother's dream to be a geisha. But I also want to do it for myself.
舞妓さ
I
ん
want to entertain and give joy to lots of
舞
people.
妓さんの人を喜ばしたいなって思ってますうちが舞妓さんに
If and when I finally become a geisha,
空気
I want to be an intelligent one, able to anticipate what needs to be done in any situation.
舞妓さん
Hopefully, that would be my job for life.
思います
Most young girls enter a geisha house when they're 15 years old. Mary is already 2 years older than the other trainees, and as the last to join, finds herself at the bottom of a strict and ancient hierarchy.
まずお母さんが一番
At the top is the Okaasan, the mother of the house. Then there are the elder sisters, the geisha and the maiko.
他の仕込みさん
Then come the other trainees,
で次に
Hikari and Momo.
さんがす
Then finally there's me at the bottom.
In a year's time, Mary may be promoted to the level of Maiko, the next step to becoming a geisha.
24時間もずっと誰か
I have to be on standby 24 hours a day.
なんかしたはったら
I haven't got much time to
気を
rest.
配らなあかへんし休み
As well as doing my usual chores like the laundry or cleaning the bathroom, I also have to go on
仕
errands.
事以外にもお使いにも行ったりとか
I have so many chores.
いろいろ
There are times when it gets too
する
much.
こともあります
Mary is also finding it hard to meet the expectations of her seniors.
古い方貸してこれ一人の姉
If
さん
I
に
greet the same elder sister over and over again, they get angry with me.
紐はい紐持ってても
はいすんまへん姉さん
全部持ってて
怒られることも常に
I keep getting told off, and that can get me
そう
down.
にはなるんですけど
For a modern girl, such traditional training is a challenge. To add to her difficulties, the geisha house insists on limited contact with families, which is proving hard to bear.
毎日思い出すと
The first week, all I could think about was my family. Every day I remember them and I cry.
本当にもうずっとそのことばっかり考えていたんですけどやっとその会いたい
Now
とかそうい
I
う
don't miss them as desperately,
あの
but
そこまで
when I think of them, I start crying
思い
again.
返すとやっぱり泣けてしまいます
Many young girls who start this apprenticeship don't finish. And Mary is finding out why. Does she really have the determination to pursue her dream? In Tokyo's downtown district of Shibuya, two girls of Mary's age lead increasingly taken with Japanese pop culture, these schoolgirls have become global trendsetters. Saeko and Yuko have been hired to test new products. The latest is a new version of the photo booth. Instead of taking photos, it makes videos, which the girls can download onto their phones and send to their friends. The girls seem to like the new video booth. And if Saeko and Yuko like it, chances are everyone else will too. In Japan, the views of a couple of schoolgirls can influence the rest of the world. To the Japanese, festivals are a link between humans and the gods. Many have their origins in the native religion, Shinto, and mark stages in the rice-growing cycle. Summer festivals were created to snap people out of a lethargy brought on by the heat of the summer, and to prepare them for the hard work of the harvest. At the Kanto Festival in Akita, every lantern balanced 20 feet high represents a grain of rice. It's just one of hundreds of colorful processions thanking the gods for their generosity. Far to the south, at the other end of Japan, stretches a chain of islands where a slower pace of life keeps people cool. This remote subtropical paradise provides a vivid contrast to the north. Pristine beaches surrounded by coral reefs. Many islands remain uninhabited, and some even have their own rainforests, more like the Amazon than the Japan most people know. At the southern end of this string of islands lies Yonaguni. It is closer to Taiwan than the rest of Japan. Yonaguni was once part of a separate kingdom with its own language, which some islanders still speak today. And it hides a 10,000-year-old secret discovered beneath the sea. The man who discovered this mystery was dive master Kihachiro Aratake. Aratake's underwater discovery is so remarkable it threatens to rewrite the history of the world. It all started on a dive trip to search for hammerhead sharks.
While I was looking around, I saw something on the seabed that I had never seen before in all the time I have been diving. It had a very unique topography. I was so intrigued. I had the boat anchored, and dived in to take a closer look.
As Aratake rose up over this unusual landscape, a 240-foot-long structure appeared in front of him with all the characteristics of the pyramids of Egypt or the ancient Inca city of Machu Picchu. It had streets, steps, and monuments. A stone monolith severed down the middle had strange markings carved into its face, like some form of early writing. As he explored the site, it was like he had discovered the ruins of a lost civilization.
Since the discovery of the underwater ruins, there have been numerous debates amongst the experts and many books and papers written. Scientists from Nagoya University performed irradiation dating on the surface of the monuments. They concluded that 10,000 years ago, they were actually on the land.
Incredibly, this would mean that the building predates the pyramids by 4,000 years. In fact, it would predate any known Stone Age civilization, making this the oldest building in the world. In the northernmost island of Hokkaido, Japan's oldest surviving natives, the Ainu, have a history going back 10,000 years. Ainu beliefs and traditions have influenced modern Japan, especially its religion. The Ainu believe all natural things, such as trees, animals, and even stones, are inhabited by spirits or gods. From these animistic roots came Japan's native religion, Shinto. The Japanese attitude to religion, though, can leave outsiders confused. Most Japanese incorporate aspects of both Shinto and Buddhism into their daily lives. Buddhism came to Japan in the 6th century, long after Shinto. But the Japanese have always been able to combine the new with the old. While Shinto is celebrated at colorful festivals, it is Buddhism that the Japanese turn to in times of crisis, such as illness or death. On the surface, the Japanese don't appear deeply religious, but their spiritual beliefs have a surprising influence on modern society. Professor Hiroshi Ishiguro is Japan's foremost android scientist, and Geminoid HI-1 is Japan's foremost android. Inspired by Japan's unique spiritual beliefs, they are blurring the boundaries between humans and robots.
It's a question of where the soul is. Japanese people have always been told the soul can exist in everything and anything. So we don't have any problem with the idea that a robot too has a soul. We don't make much distinction between humans and robots. Japan is a very homogeneous, insular, island nation, and we have been making things our own way for a long time.
Creating a perfect copy of himself has proved useful to Professor Ishiguro in unexpected ways.
Having developed this robot, we discovered many interesting things. This robot is good enough to recreate the sense of human presence. For instance, it can give lectures to students or attend a meeting on my behalf. At the moment, we are at the Research Institute in Kyoto, but usually I work at Osaka University. If I remote control my Android from Osaka, I don't have to come to Kyoto myself. Or I can even send it to America or Britain to attend a conference. The important thing is, my presence is there.
Robotics has become one of the key industries in Japan, helping to make its economy the second largest in the world. And Japan leads the way in developing humanoid robots. Soon, robots like this may be working as office receptionists, security guards, or looking after Japan's aging population. But the next generation of robots aren't being designed in a lab. They're being built at home, and they're being built for battle. This is the Robo-One competition. Where hundreds of homemade fighting machines battle it out to be named the best fighting robot in Japan. It's a male-dominated sport. But a shared passion for robot fighting has taken one family to the finals. The Sumis. The Sumi family live in the suburbs of Tokyo. Arina is a 12-year-old schoolgirl. Her father, Kazuhiro, is an engineer, and mother, Nanako, a housewife. Together, they are one of the most formidable fighting families in Robo-One. Their house is a shrine to robots. Kazuhiro builds them. Nanako and Arina operate them.
Remember when we went to the Toyota studio and fought against each other in a third and fourth place match? And I beat you. I remember feeling pleased because I hadn't beaten you in a long time.
Tomorrow is the biggest day in their calendar. It's the All Japan Robo-One Championships, and the Sumis are nervous. They're watching old matches to help improve their chances.
It's painful to watch you lose. It's so sad.
Well into the night, Kazuhiro is working on Arina's robot, while Nanako and Arina put the finishing touches to the unique costume Nanako hopes will make her robot stand out from the rest. Nearly 200 contestants from all over Japan have come to compete. They range from amateur enthusiasts to electronics and auto technicians. This year, the judges want to see more than fighting. They want to know what else the robots can do. Let the games begin. The new rule has encouraged some unusual performances. Arina's blue robot is socking it to them. And her story about it cleaning a house, then catching a thief, goes down well with the crowd. Now it's Nanako's turn. Her silver robot does well in its fights, but Nanako has saved the best till last. Her robot's special outfit will surely impress the judges. But the glittering robot's success is short-lived. A skipping routine goes badly wrong. Have Aruna and Nanako done enough to earn a place on the podium? Aruna is called. She's in the final. But what about Nanako? As the summer turns to autumn, Japan changes color. Many Japanese travel across the country to enjoy the autumn leaves. It's considered the most beautiful time of year. In Kyoto, in the autumn, everyone's preparing for the annual dance festival. It's every geisha's dream to take part. All the different districts participate, rehearsing for weeks. The word geisha means artist. Their history goes back to the 18th century when, in the pleasure districts of Kyoto, the original geisha were men. Since joining the Komaya Geisha House in the spring, Mary has graduated to serving drinks to customers. And the geisha and Maiko's skills as dancers have earned them a place in their district's dance festival. For now, it is just the dance director they have to impress. But on the night of the show, all Kyoto's elite will be there to watch. Like the secret world of the geisha, in Japan, it is often what is hidden that is considered the most beautiful. Yoshihiro Nakano knows more about this than anyone. He is more famously known as Horiyoshi III, and he's one of the greatest tattoo artists in the world.
In the Oriental arts, we say the more something hides, the more beautiful it becomes. The fact that you only see it on very special occasions gives it more impact. It's more attractive and shocking when unveiled. I think that's part of our traditional culture, and without knowing it, the Japanese appreciate that sense of beauty.
Horiyoshi has tattooed rock stars and Yakuza gangsters, all with a 45-needle stick he designed himself. Historically, tattoos were outlawed, with one unusual exception.
Firemen were well known for their tattoos because theirs was the only profession officially allowed to have them. Normally, tattooing was illegal, particularly for those with jobs that involved a public duty like rescuing people. But firemen were overlooked as an exception. If they died in a fire, the tattoo would help people identify their body.
Horiyoshi has spent a lifetime studying the traditional themes and motifs and given them his own modern signature. Before Horiyoshi, it used to be totally unacceptable to mix the different seasons. Autumn is not just a season, it's a state of being. With an average life expectancy of 79, Japanese men are the second longest living on the planet. But it's Japan's women that are outliving us all, reaching an average age of 86. On the main island of Honshu in the small coastal town of Toba, a 2,000-year-old tradition is being kept alive by a group of women who work well into their 80s. At 75 years old, Reiko Nomura is an ama diver. The ama dive for shellfish to sell at market. Ama means sea person.
I finished school when I was 15, I think. I've been an ama diver ever since. So it's 60 years now. I feel young though. Yes, I'll keep going till I'm 80.